of my own is steeped in a mystery that's streamed in black and white, drawn in tight, and I'll tell you why. Well, it's easy to lie, but I'm yours and I can try to open up. You count on me to act my best, but I can't put your mind at rest. Like moss and stone, we're overgrown and hard to roll. If I've been telling on myself I was born like this, I guess, and past the stage from innocence to moving on. If I've been telling on myself I was born like this, I guess, and past the stage from innocence to moving on. And past the stage from innocence to moving on. Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. So, Jay, tell us where you're from. I know it's a little complicated.
Well, I'm originally from Eden, North Carolina, so still have a lot of family in the area and in the mountains near Floyd. But when I was around 5, the family moved to Albemarle, North Carolina, which is sort of southeast of Charlotte. And, east? Northeast, sorry. I'm not good with directions. Anyway, or math. I'm terrible at math. But yeah, when I was about 5, I grew up in Albemarle, went to college in Charlotte, and when I was around 26, I guess, I met my wife at college in Charlotte, and we moved up to Washington, D.C. area. So I now live in Bethesda, Maryland.
Okay. And you've been up there since about 2000?
2001, yes.
Okay. So tell us about your touring. You've been all around this area, I know, this region, on this tour.
Yes, mostly for the last few years it's been sort of short runs, mostly down south, so North Carolina, South Carolina, some Tennessee. In the South Rail we did a crowdsource thing where we basically covered almost all the United States, so I put 14,000 miles on my Honda Element out there. So
wow.
Knocking on wood that it gets another.
How long of a tour was that?
We did 3 legs, so it was about, we stretched over 3 months, so each one was a couple weeks, so. We went out to California, then came back, then went up to Ithaca and around the Great Lakes to Detroit and a couple other places, and then just another leg down to Florida and back, and a lot of driving, but a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, I'm always amazed by all of the artists who come through who are just living on the road for long periods of time, and so thank you for making this part of your stop.
Oh, it's wonderful to be back. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so Jay was here last year with his full band, and that was right after releasing your new record.
Right, yes, that was August it came out of last year, and I think it was, I can't remember the month, but I do remember that our band and Alice Gerard were on the same bill.
Yes.
And
yes,
that was a real treat. So.
Yes. Well, thank you for being back. Do you have another song for us on this?
I do. We're going to do another love song, and the last song was not necessarily a love song, so I won't say that one was for my wife, but this one is. So. This was called Alleluia. Moonlight's creeping on the fire escape. I'll be home, but I'll be late. Don't lose hope. I'll climb up where the roses bloom and risk a fall to get with you. Don't lose us. Feel my, oh. Evening's coming and I'm glory bound. I know for sure when I hear the sound from you, babe. Time's gatekeeper is a child at play. I'm eyeing her, but I'm gonna stay with you now. Feel my, feel my, feel my all. Hallelujah. I'll keep working till the lines are true. Send it on to disappear from view, babe. Every word wrong into place with wood and steel will find a way to you now. Feel my, feel my, feel my all. Hallelujah. Feel my, feel my, feel my all. Hallelujah. Thank you.
All right. Let's have a little applause for these people. The Martha Bassett Show is supported in part by Hugh Chatham Memorial Hospital. That's called playing to the audience. In the 2022 Women's Choice Awards, the hospital received two: Best Hospital for Patient Safety and Best Hospital for Stroke Care, placing them in the top 10% nationally. Also, the Joint Commission certified the hospital with the Advanced Total Hip and Knee Replacement Accreditation. That's the highest distinction in total joint care. You can learn more at hughchatham.org. Also, we are proud to announce our partnership with 3 Trails, your boutique hotel, steps from the Reeves Theater and located in the recently renovated bank building on the corner of Bridge and Main. It's 3 Trails, part of the Carolina Experience. These folks have designed 14 units with a modern flair that highlights the building's architectural history. They also have a rooftop patio, and if you come to the Martha Bassett Show, you get 10% off your stay. Just use promo code MARTHA10. Learn more at thecarolinaexperience.com. Now let's get back to the Reeves Theater in beautiful downtown Elkin with Martha Bassett.
Danielle Howle is a singer, songwriter, poet, storyteller, and producer whose music ranges from country swamp blues to jazz to Americana. The South Carolina songbird has been compared to Flannery O'Connor, Patsy Cline, and Nina Simone. The New York Times calls her an extraordinary mind, a Southern storyteller with a gorgeous sense of melody that should be pouring out of stereos everywhere. And Newsweek said, Howle sounds as soothing as Karen Carpenter, as graceful as K.D. Lang, and as Saturday Night worn as Patsy Cline. I've been following her career for many years, and I am so delighted to welcome for the first time to our show, Danielle Howle.
Hello. Hey. The reasons deep within why I love again, left at her hands held well. Mine's just every now and then. Oh, another one leaves me with a song. Liars love my face. Open spirit yields. Staying close in outer space. Between the wisdom and my fears. Oh, another one leaves me with a song. I wrote it, I know it well. He left me with a song. Eyes crying long, long tears. Head hanging low, I saw his face, bringing disgrace to love. I did. He left me with a song, eyes crying long, long tears. Head hanging low, I saw his face, bringing disgrace to love. Oh, I did. Leaving with a song. Leaving with a Thank you so much. I got a record coming out in a couple months on a small label called Kill Rock Stars Nashville. Well, it's not small, it's intentional. Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna do actually. I don't know what anything's gonna do. I'm gonna keep showing up though. I'm alright, don't get me wrong. I'm right here, humming along. You're gonna get me a little bit more so I can give you some. I'm alright, don't get me wrong. Well, I can get my bits together better in half the time. And yeah, I know darn well we all die. In the middle of the giving, I know love comes back before my final smile. I'm alright, don't you get me wrong. I'm right here, humming along. You're gonna get me a little bit more, I'll give you some. I'm alright, don't get me wrong. Well, I might be broke, but I'm rich in kindness. And yeah, send my love each time. in the middle of the giving. I know love comes back before my final smile. He's right there, playing along. I don't need me a little bit more, gonna give you some. 'Cause I'm alright, don't get me wrong. I'm alright, don't get me wrong. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Danielle Howle. All right, I'm going to share a song with you from the late, great Nancy Griffith.
We're going to count it off one more time. We goofed it.
There's a book up on the shelf about the Dust Bowl days, and there's a little bit of you and a little bit of me in the photos on every page. this time we'll work it out. There's still a lot of love here in these troubled fields.
Thank you so much.
The Martha Bassett Show is supported in part by Explore Elkin. That's your one-stop travel source for the Yadkin Valley and beyond. If you're looking for hometown charm, historic landmarks, Main Street shopping, and fine dining, you can come stay a while in downtown Elkin. Elkin is the small town with a big community. So whether it's downtown events, music, hiking, or just paddling the Blue Water Trail, let Explore Elkin help you find your trail. You can learn more on Facebook or at exploreelkin.com. We would also like to welcome Lowe's Foods to the TMBS family. They are now providing our artist hospitality. There's no finer grocer, and they are NC local. Lowe's Foods, your true hometown grocery. And support for the Martha Bassett Show also comes from these fine downtown Elkin businesses. The Elk Pharmacy, Yoga on Main, Coley Hall at the Liberty, Angry Troll Brewing, Yadkin Valley Quilts, The Wisdom Table, and Elkin's cutest little cocktail bar, Fruition. What's next, Martha?
Next up, Thomas Kozak and the Poets is the encompassing name given to the projects and collaborations of Asheville songwriter Thomas Kozak. Thomas was recommended to me by the esteemed artist and producer Jim White, who produced his most recent record, and I've been a fan ever since. He's got a new EP coming out this fall as well. Will you please welcome for the first time to our show, Thomas Kozak and the Poets.
Days of rain with the heat busted. Seems like a good time for the end of something. Under the eye of a torn out heaven, praying against it again and again and again. I'm at my worst, waiting through this dead weather, watching the light draw away from me, like the words I said too early. I used to dream sober. The darkness in a coward's tremor. I used to write letters so I could be delivered, be carried over the wide and flooded waters. Well, I will admit, watching the light draw away from me, like the words I said too early.
the ache of shame. And maybe it breaks, darling, all this dead weather. Maybe the light's the kind that waits for us on the coast of our indifference. Thank you all so much. It is lovely to be here. We've caught some of the shows before in person and in live stream. We only got to be here once before, but we've been really excited about it. My name's Thomas Kozak. This is my partner Mackenzie Kozak and Jack Victor and Mike Johnson, and we're glad to be here tonight. The previous song and this song are on a forthcoming EP that'll be out this fall. Mary said south and it folded into my jacket, warm in the last bit of north from my hide. When I left the paralyzed lights of Chicago, I thought you'd hear me going somehow. Don't you think that if you could change me, you should? And don't you think that if I could take that, I would? And don't you know, if I were to take it back and turn the key and swing the door, it'd never be home. It'd never be. Wild-eyed the country that names you all of the way. I could not shake you thoroughly gone. Why does the open road leave me so hungry when I have devoured hundreds of miles? Don't you think that if you could change me, you should? And don't you think that if I could take that, I would? And don't you know, if I were to take it back and turn the key and swing the door, it'd never be home. It'd never be home. Oh, it'd never be home. Thank y'all so much.
Thomas Kozak and the Poets.
And thank you, Russell, joining on guitar.
I just love your sound. That was so beautiful.
Thank you, Martha.
I hope you have some vinyl. Do you sell vinyl?
Some what?
Vinyl.
No, that's expensive.
It is expensive.
Yeah, man, why is that
All right,
more expensive?
I'll get your CD.
I got CDs. Who likes CDs? There you go. That's all I got.
I drive an old car, so I can.
Oh, yeah.
So I think of what you do as a collective. Would that be accurate?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how your organization works.
Well, Mike back here, who's playing 3 instruments tonight, and Jack, who's playing 2, they have a group called Slowpacker together in Asheville. And I ran into them. I love their music, and when they're free to play with me, I call them the Asheville Wrecking Crew. You know, they're awesome musicians. And this is Mackenzie, my partner, and so we're married and have always sung together ever since we first started dating. So.
And I understand you went to school together at Wake Forest University, and that's
we
where you
did.
All right.
So it's good to be back in the area. We loved it there, and so.
How did you
like
end up
home.
in Asheville?
We kept going there for the mountains to go backpacking, and then we just wanted to save on gas mileage, I guess, you know. But we love it there. We've been there since 2015, but it's a pleasure to be back in this neck of the woods.
Well, thank you for being here. I've been really looking forward to your coming for a long time. We've been talking about this over a year now.
Yeah, Jim White put us in contact.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know if y'all know Jim White. I hope you do. He's been on. Yeah.
He's been on the show twice.
But he produced our album, The Rubicon, and so that's how we all got connected.
And how did you get connected to him? Did you
I
just
opened
reach
up
out?
for him in Winston at Cranky's, which doesn't do shows anymore, but it did for us. It was
Right.
nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it is a small world in music.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have one more song for us before we take a little intermission?
We do, yeah. This one, we're going to be a little unconventional, I suppose, here, but it's called Thomas Kozak and the Poets, because Mackenzie and I are both poets. She is a much better poet, in fact, pretty widely published. She was a finalist for the National Poetry Series, and you can find her work in the Boston Review and Missouri Review. So living together, we're just always sharing our words. We're enraptured with them. And so we don't often create music together or anything like that, but our lives are so intertwined that our concerns and our efforts and what's on our minds, you know, appears in the same time period. And so there are a lot of poems that Mackenzie's been writing and songs that I've been writing that have a big crossover with. This has been kind of the first time in our lives where it's kind of seemed from an outward view like the love we have is not enough. You know, all of a sudden we're failing if we're not having children yet, you know, and so that's been on our minds a lot. So she's going to read you one of her poems, and then I'm going to play a song, and they're on similar themes. So.
Suppose I knew and held the dogs off as they circled, and held no swaddle to my collar, let my hair coat the shoulders, the arms, or the ancestry, its own bed, carried away the dark blonde of it. Suppose I faltered at the thought of startle like a beating hail, blight of morning, swell to the breast, blistered gnawing, in a body warm with fever and no upletting. Suppose I starved for no truth, neglecting that wooden room, so the scent is of hyacinth and accident, and I never imagine them.
Day of the dead, is crowned with skulls and frames. Say, here's your time, and off you go. I am heading home, stumbling through your name. Tie up my tongue and leave it out, rotten in the rain, for how I didn't hear you, and pull my arms around your shoulders, drape me as a stole, and speak to something holy. Speak to the wide edge of your voice, spill of your shoulder, brace of the lowest rung of your hope, the given ungathered, the weight of a poem, its weight in the matter, and all of the love we ever made is answering honest and drawing the shades and asking the others to leave us behind and follow the light that colors us blind. And what we came to said childless. Maybe that's a choice, or something else entirely. And maybe I sat silently, staring at my palms, and all I haven't made yet. Thank you.
It's Thomas Kozak and the Poets. Beautiful, guys. We're going to take a short break, head on out to the merch table, see if there's anything you want. Martha, we just give our discs away to help get you to the table. Buy something of theirs and take one of Martha's. Get a drink, have a good time in that lobby, and we'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back to the second half of the Martha Bassett Show, featuring Danielle Howle and Byrd, accompanied by Carrie Brooks on the bass, and also Thomas Kozak and the Poets. That's Thomas Kozak, Mackenzie Kozak, Jack Victor, and Mike Johnson. The band tonight is Rex McGee, George Slepik, Sarah Howell Miller, Deshaun Hickman, Russell Kelly, and me, Pat Lawrence. Our interstitial music tonight was composed by Russell Kelly. Artist accommodations are provided by 3 Trails, and Lowe's Foods provided our hospitality. Remember, you can listen to us weekly on 88.5 WFDD. Follow the entire schedule, listen to past radio shows, and subscribe to our podcast at marthabassettshow.com. Now let's get back to the Reeves stage in beautiful downtown Elkin, North Carolina.
you come back knocking on my door. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking, go back where you've been. I begged you not to go, but you said goodbye. Now you come back telling all those lies. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking, go back where you've been. Now if you had listened long time ago, you wouldn't be going from door to door. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking, go back where you've been. You better get back to your used to be, 'cause your kind of loving ain't good for me. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking, go back where you've been.
I hear you knocking.
Thank you. Will you please welcome back to the stage Danielle Howle? If you don't mind, I'm just going to stand here and chat with you for a minute.
Okay. I love that story. Well, hello there.
Hello there. So you are from Columbia, South Carolina? Is that, you also have a complicated where you from question because you're from a military family?
Yes. My dad and mom were South Carolinians from a small town, and they retired in South Carolina, and because there's an army base there. Yeah.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about the Swamp Sessions.
Swamp Sessions is a curated 3-day retreat in the Francis Marion National Forest on the coast of South Carolina, and it's on solar power, and it's you submit it, and then you come on down, and I successfully take 25 people into a Class A wilderness area and record them and everyone is okay.
Let's go a little further with that. It's the only solar-powered recording project in a national forest in the world. Is that right?
I don't know if it's in the world, but if it's not, please tell me so I can meet my brothers and sisters who are doing something out there. You know what I mean? But like, it's definitely the only one that I've found in America so far, and it's private land, but it's in the middle of the Francis Marion Forest on a tidal creek.
And that's not far from Charleston, you were saying?
No, it's probably about 55 minutes from Charleston as the crow flies north.
Okay. You also live in an artist neighborhood. We talked about this. I tried to call it a community, a commune. She was like, no, it's not one of those places. But tell us about that.
The Allendale Green, that's the name of our wonderful artistic endeavor. It's owned by Dr. Eddie White, a dentist with musical children who took a liking to the way that music brings people together. And we've been running a concert called the Barn Jam for 15 years, which has become a hub in the Southeast for touring national, local, and international bands because it's insanely fun, and 300 of our closest friends show up every Wednesday.
Very good.
It's because of Eddie. He's awesome. And I make pizzas there at a wood-fired pizza oven and sing with people.
All right, I'll be down before long.
I can't wait to have you.
Please share your beautiful music with us.
Thank you, Martha. Okay, Gary's going to play with his bass. I guess I could tell you a little bit about this song. I've been playing some songs from my 16th record that's coming out on Kill Rock Stars Nashville this August. I'm excited about it. I love the intention behind the record label and the way they feel about each other, the people that are working there. And I think that I want to put this out into the universe, and hopefully this will help you too. I wish you the very best of humans that you find in your life, and the very best experiences, and also for the humans that are challenging in your life, I wish you the knowledge to deal with them and the love to persevere through. I often ask myself that question, how come this is happening to me right now? For, loved ones when they get when they get a little rare, so it can happen. I'm just saying, there's a lesson in there for us. But I don't know what it is. It's different for everybody, but sometimes I'm just like, just getting mad back's not going to really do that much. Feel better? Yeah. Who got scared and had to run? Now I'm back in the sun. Back in the sun once again. Sometimes hearts are just like these. There's a wisdom in the pace. Faster that they leap don't mean a thing. When I'm stumbling through the humbling, past the crumbling in the world, that attachment means nothing. Little girl, I hear you breathing in your sleep. I love the sound of peace. I don't like to think I helped you there. Who got scared and had to run? Now I'm back in the sun. Back in the sun, it's just me here. When I'm stumbling through the humbling, past the crumbling in the world, that attachment means nothing in my world. When I'm stumbling through the humbling, past the crumbling in the world, that attachment means nothing in my world. Oh, in my world, in my world, in my world. That attachment means nothing in my world. Thank you. This next song's about this beautiful dance halls in Columbia, South Carolina. Everybody went there. Yes, the Gamecocks are there too. We love them. And what would happen is I would go to get this wonderful Mexican food next to the jammin' spot in Forest Acres. I can't remember the name of it right now. But everybody would be there, just teachers of dance, theater people, dancers that probably should have been professional, but they had jobs in other fields. And the dance floor was a great, amazing place where everybody was just in the revelry of being able to move and live. So this song's about that. Excuse me. Come on, come on, come on, let's dance it out and get a while to the sweating sounds of mine. Ain't the answer to this. What's that song you got to? Come on, you come on for the dancing. And the answer to your question is, I wanna do that again. I wanna do that again. I wanna do that again. What's that shape? You know that one where the horns move. They got the note to float your float like a feathery feather from an alien mind. Ain't the answer to this. What's that song you got to? Come on, you come on for the dancing. And the answer to your question is, I wanna do that again. I wanna do that again. I wanna do that again. To do that again, I wanna do that again now. Oh, 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 oh. That was fun, friends. See, I'd walk by the dance club, but I would not go in because I was awkward and scared of dancing. I write about people, so if you don't tell me something you don't want in a song, because my life can be kind of boring. Anyway, it's been fun playing for you. Thanks, Martha Bassett Show, and all the individuals here and the artists here, and I hope to play with everybody again. And here's my last song, and if you like cold beers and pontoons and full moons, and I hope you like this one. There was a cloud shaped like a sea in the sky. return red light, blink to my right, and a full moon lit up the lake that night while I missed you. I sang 5 of them shows in 3 days, best as I could. Yeah, the money got made and the good times came. I'm just grateful to play while I miss you. If I could drive over the Lake Murray Dam, the river would deliver to the place where you're at. If I could make future turn into past, live peace like a wave that keeps beating on that, I'd do anything you ask just to rock you. Circumstances beyond all control turn that cloud into 1,000 white holes. Still the moon lit up the lake as we roll while I missed you. If the course is marked and navigation is true, all that's wrought on the journey's just glue, and the destination is something I do while I miss you. If I could drive over the Lake Murray Dam, the brown little river would carry me where. If I could make future turn into past, live peace like a wave that keeps beating on that, I'd do anything you ask just to rock you. Oh, I'd do anything you ask just to rock you. Sundays working on an awful full moon, getting off shadows, making things new, but nothing abstracts the beautiful truth why I miss you.
That's Danielle Howle with Carrie Brooks. How about that? The Martha Bassett Show comes to you from the Reeves Theater and Cafe, downtown Elkin's newly renovated landmark. Originally opened as an Art Deco movie theater in 1941, it was fully operational until 1977, and then it became the Elk Twin Cinema until 1994. It was closed for decades, and it was lovingly restored and reopened in 2018. They have a vibrant lineup of artists all year round. Tomorrow night, you can hear former Carolina Chocolate Drop Hubby Jenkins. On July 13th, our friend Colin Alured will join LB the Poet. And on July 15th, it's Summer Sizzle with the Reeves Cabaret. Also, the Reeves Theater has recently launched the Reeves Downtown School of Music, right up the street in the old Arts Council building. Through programs like the newly established Evie Good Scholarship Fund, they are a non-profit dedicated to providing music lessons to all instruments, all ages, instruction in group and individual lesson settings. You can learn old-time bluegrass theory, composition, and more. Learn more at reevesmusic.org. Would you please give a big Elkin welcome back to the stage for Thomas Kozak and the Poets.
grew up Catholic in Birmingham, Alabama, and then we moved to Asheville, and I'm still Catholic in Asheville now, so it's always a small little clustered group of us. But one of the things that we kind of like to do in our tradition is re-envision stories from the Bible. So this one is a reimagining of Cain and Abel. And like a lot of stories in the Bible, I'll warn you, it's a little long. Cain born one restless summer, ivy creeping thick into the field. Eve had her darling Abel as one autumn curled into a dream, and her heavy voice fell silent in the west, and a heavy voice fell silent in the west. Cain watched his mother hold sweet Abel to her breast. Keen eyes turned clouds of envy, snake had wrapped its tongue around his throat, and a voice it started rising from the fields, and a voice it started rising from the fields. Cold starlight fills the garden, Cain and Abel, bare feet running, keen eyes of fire is asking, what's beyond the distant mountainside? Winter, snowstorm howled like wolves and shook the door. Eve calmed her crying children, sang about a garden she had known, and a voice was laid to rest beneath the snow. Oh, and a voice was laid to rest beneath the snow. Old brothers tilled the fields as Cain's first love walked past. She flashed a smile at Abel, Cain had caught it with a jealous eye, and a voice had whispered devils from the dust, and a voice had whispered devils from the dust. Late evening touched the hillside, Cain called Abel from the barnyard. Cain took his father's hatchet, sank its edge into his brother's chest. A fire raged in the west. Nothing here but boneyards calling night, and a voice that sank away into regret, and a voice that sank away into regret. Eve cradled in her arms her darling Abel, shivering on the ground. He asked her, sing the one about the garden that I never knew, and a voice that started rising from the grass, and a voice that started rising from the grass. Cold starlight fills the garden, Cain and Abel, bare feet running, soft warmth of fire is asking, please forgive me for that mountainside. I Thank y'all so much. Again, we really, really appreciate being here, and we appreciate y'all for being so kind and listening to our music. It's been lovely to hear Byrd and Danielle Howle and the Martha Bassett Band, and it's a lovely night all around. I hope you feel the same. Sometimes you have to ask other people what key your songs are in. This one is one of my many love songs that doesn't sound like one, but it is. Mackenzie and I started dating on June 23rd, and even though our marriage anniversary kind of takes the cake now, we always, the day never passes without us kind of, yeah, I'm glad I'm with you. So this also goes out to another relationship in the house. Molly and Andy are our friends here who are celebrating their 27th anniversary today. So that's congrats, happy anniversary to y'all. This one's called Tell Me What's Wrong and I'm Yours. You down each time, waltz in the rings, the lines over and over the shoulder. Oh, hardwood and gone. Should be on. Fine as the green that waits new on the limb and breaks light from a moment once when it all went wrong. Take it back. Can't take a thing back. Can't root a lie. Fever the miles away, wondering why I stay. Moths on the cosmos, darling, it's almost June. 23rd. Bleeds like it rains. song that's right. Give me a road that's mine. Give me my own acre of home. Give me a name, and I'll give you twice what I've made. Thank y'all so much. I forgot to say thank you to Deshaun on the pedal steel. It just lulled me to dreams, so it's beautiful. Thank
Thomas Kozak and the Poets. Thank you, guys. You guys doing okay? All right. I need to tune up, Pat. Could you tell these folks about
Another joke, maybe?
No. Not a joke, not a joke. Tell them about this song.
Sure. The next song we're going to do is a song that was a big hit in 1958 from the Kingston Trio called Scotch and Soda. Y'all know that one? What you might not know about it is it has one of the most interesting backstories of all time, I think. And it starts with the Hall of Fame New York Mets pitcher Tom Seaver. Any of y'all remember him? Tom Seaver, he was a hero of mine. I knew him when he was with the Reds, and he's mostly known as the New York Mets pitcher, and he should be. Here's how the story goes. Tom Seaver's parents were on their honeymoon in 1932 in Phoenix, Arizona. They were in a nondescript hotel lobby, and they heard a man play a song, and they asked him to write it down so they could remember it as his song. This is real, folks. Dave Guard of the Kingston Trio was dating Tom Seaver's older sister. So Tom was home for the holidays, and he heard them play this song on the old family piano, and the Kingston Trio was about ready to record their first record. And it became a giant hit. They tried to find the person that wrote it, never did. So still to this day, one of the biggest hits of that generation was penned by a fella in a hotel lobby. So there's Scotch and Soda for you.
Scotch and soda, mud in your eye. Baby, do I feel high? Oh, me, oh, my. Do I feel high? Dry martini, jigger gin. Oh, what a spell you got me in. Oh my, do I feel high? People don't believe me sunshine of my eye, oh me, oh my. Do I feel high? People don't believe me. They say that I'm just bragging, that I could feel the way I do and still be on the wagon. All I need is one of your smiles, sunshine of my eye, oh me, oh my. Do I feel higher than a kite can fly? Give me loving, baby, I feel high.
Thank you so much.
We're supported by Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist. They're the primary healthcare sponsor of the Martha Bassett Show, and U.S. News & World Report's 2023 edition of Best Graduate Schools ranked Wake Forest University School of Medicine among the top 50 research programs in the nation. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, working to invent tomorrow's treatments today. And remember, when you come to visit us in beautiful downtown Elkin, make sure you stop by the shops at 150 East Market Street, where you'll find Dirty Joe's Coffee, the Smoothie Station, and the Barkery, home of Melissa's all-natural pet treats, scooter approved. The shops at 150 East Market Street. What's up next, Martha?
Please welcome back Jay Byrd.
Hello, everybody.
So, Carrie, can you get close to a mic? These folks haven't talked to you at all. Where are you from?
I'm from Albemarle, North Carolina. Oh, check. There we are. I'm from Albemarle, where Jason also grew up, and we met when we were still single digits in age. His house was beside where I went to daycare.
Wow.
So I've known him 40 years at least.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't like him back then, though.
Right? He still doesn't. I'm not going to tell the story, don't worry.
I'll tell the story.
And you live in Charlotte now.
I live in Charlotte, yes.
So, how did you guys start playing together?
Like I said, well, we met when we were little, and then in high school, we kind of reconnected, and that was kind of both of our first like real band that went out and played gigs and made money and all that stuff. So we've been playing together for 30 years,
Wow.
over 30 years.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
So, you two and Danielle have had 3 runs on this tour, is that?
Yeah, we've gone out a few times, and it's interesting. I met Danielle at a gig that she was on. It was in Annapolis, so Jason had come to the gig. So the night that I met Danielle, Jason also met Danielle, and that was in 2014, I believe. So it kind of took us a while, and But Danielle didn't really know about Jason. He was just my friend. But then after his record, At Home Again came out, I played it for Danielle, and she's like, oh my gosh, you know, we had to do some stuff. So we kind of came up with this traveling circus of he does a set, she does a set, and then sometimes we all just play together, and it's been a lot of fun.
You sound amazing together, and you sound wonderful backing both of them up.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
So I wanted you guys to know that you have one more chance to hear them. If you live in this area, I'm sure there are other places too, but on Saturday night, what is the date?
That's the 8th, I think.
The 8th,
Yes.
yeah, day after tomorrow. They will be at Gas Hill Drinking Room with our own Jeffrey Dean Foster, who's been on the show and is our local rock star. So what time does that show start? About 8?
I think it's 8 o'clock, yeah.
8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock, Gas Hill Drinking Room. That's the upstairs bar at the Ram Cat, downtown Winston-Salem. So that'll be a really intimate room to hear them in. I think it holds about 65 people. So you'll want to go ahead and get your tickets and not wait until the night of, because I think it might sell out.
We hope.
Yes, well, thank you so much. I will get out of your way so you can make some music.
All right, hang on a second. Tell them a story.
A story? Can I get a little less guitar in the monitor, please? So we got a couple more songs here. This song is sort of an old one for me, but I guess I wrote this, I don't know, maybe 10 or more years ago. I was playing a gig down here, and I was trying to get back up to Maryland, but I was pretty tired, so I stopped somewhere between Charlotte and Raleigh and got a hotel, feeling a little bit dejected, as sometimes musicians are prone to do. And this song just sort of fell out in about 20 minutes. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but you can judge for yourself. It's called Toe the Line. Call me a zero when we stopped at the 5 and dime. Don't hold back, gonna say what's on your mind. I heard the inflection in the words you left behind. Toe the line, babe, toe the line. I'm not the kind of man to shower you with things. Maybe a symptom of a rundown love's disease. Don't call me a coward when I offer up my plea. To toe the line, babe, toe the line. Where's that woman I used to know? One I fell for down on Gypsy Road. Can't get outside of my own skin. I hide and seek. I can never win. Like a night I'm at your command. Don't feel right, but ain't that like a man? To be valiant when it suits the role. To lie and cheat and loose on his lost control. If I'm a job for the wanted, then you're not far behind. You're just as guilty, but it's me who's doing time. Maybe I'll give up, let you cut me down to size. Toe the line, babe, toe the line. Toe the line, babe, toe the line. Thank you. Well, it's been a pleasure to be back, and I want to thank Martha and the gang. Please give them another round of applause for all the great music. I'm going to finish up with a tune called Be That Way. It's just sort of a song about remembrance of things past. And thank you, Carrie, for performing with us.
You got it, buddy.
You didn't really have a choice, but... I submit to you that we have spent our time looking back on you like the remnants of a fire. We held each other to militant design, and I wish it could be that way again. I remember you squinting at the stars, a passenger to any place, a pilgrim of the heart. The open road was new, the wilderness seemed far, and I wish it could be that way again. The tying of the news, the wicked sound it makes, echoes of the heavy roles that we have learned to play. If I come to you with promises to share, we could show our cards or throw our hands up in the air. We once were the truth with beauty and despair, and I wish it could be that way again. The tying of the news, wicked sound it makes, echoes of the heavy roles that we have learned to play. If I come to you with promises to share, we could show our cards or throw our hands up in the air. We once were the truth with beauty and despair, and I wish it could be that way again. I wish it could be that way again. Thanks, everybody.
thank you guys for being here tonight and joining this wonderful party. We've had the best time today putting this together. Put your hands together for these artists. Yeah. And I want to tell you too, our house band has a show coming up before we will be here next time. On the 15th of July, we're going to be at the Blue Ridge Music Center up in Galax. We're going to be there with Reese Palmer. I'm very excited about that. So come on up the mountain and check it out. If you haven't been up there, it's just a beautiful place to hear music outside, and people bring umbrellas if it's going to rain. I witnessed that once, and all the umbrellas came up at once, and it was kind of beautiful. But before we do our final song, will you put your hands together for Thomas Kozak and the Poets? Jay Byrd. And Danielle Howle. And we would love it if you would sing along with us on this. I think you will know the words.
1, 2, 3.
If the wife and I are fussing, brother, that's all right. 'Cause me and that sweet woman got a license to fight. So mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
'Cause if you mind your own business, then you won't be minding mine.
Well, the woman on our party line's the nosiest thing. She picks up her receiver when she knows it's my ring. Won't you mind your own business?
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Well, if you mind your own business, then you won't be minding mine.
Well, I got a girl wears her hair up high. The boys all whistle when she walks by. Won't you mind your own business? Mind your own business. Mind your own business. Mind your own business. Well, you mind your own business and you sure won't be minding mine.
If I wanna honk your tongue, that's a 2 and a 3. Now, brother, don't you wait, that's my name, that's me, so just mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Oh, you trying to mind mine? Yep, you are.
Yeah, I may tell a lot of stories that may not be true, but I can get to heaven just as easy as you. Why don't you mind your own business?
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
You mind your own business, you stay busy all the time.
Minding other people's business seems to be high-toned. I got all I can do just to mind my own. So mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Mind your own
'Cause
business.
if you mind your own business, you'll stay busy all the time.
Thank you all for for tuning in to our beautiful live audience. Let's hear it for Danielle Howle and Byrd with Karen Brooks, Thomas Kozak and the Poets. How about our fearless leader, Martha Bassett? A big thanks to the Reeves Theater and staff in the beautiful town of Elkin, North Carolina. Jeff Irving and James Bricky handled the sound. Ben Singer, Nick Bassett, and Danny Carr provided our video broadcast. Sam Schumacher of Steel String Photography is taking our pictures. And Bevan Dyer managed the stage. Miranda Carr is out there selling the merch. Come out and chat with us before you go home. You've been listening to the Martha Bassett Show. It's good music for good people. Thank you so much for joining us. Drive safe and come back and see us soon.